They called Honda a relic, a brand past its prime. EV giants like Tesla and BYD had stolen the spotlight, while Honda faded into the background. But that was the biggest mistake the auto industry ever made. Because while the world wasn't watching, Honda was planning its comeback. And what they've built could change everything. For years, Honda was the quiet one in the global car race. Sales slowed. Projects were scrapped. The headlines belonged to others. Toyota dominated hybrids. Tesla rewrote the EV rulebook. BYD shattered range records. And Honda? Everyone thought they'd given up. But in secret, Honda was working on a technology that blends the best of both worlds. The instant power and efficiency of electric with the endurance and reliability of gas. Not a step backward. Not a compromise. A precision-engineered leap forward that might just expose the cracks in the EV empire. This isn't just the return of Honda. This is the rebirth of the hybrid, and it could flip the auto industry on its head. Just a few years ago, the story of Honda's hybrid division could be told in a single word: forgotten. The Civic Hybrid? Gone. The Insight? Cancelled twice. The Clarity? Quietly shelved after underwhelming numbers. While the headlines were dominated by Tesla's relentless march toward electric domination, while Toyota kept polishing its hybrid crown, and while China's BYD stunned the world with record-shattering EV range, Honda had all but vanished from the conversation. The world assumed they had given up. But here's the thing about Honda: they don't always make noise when they're planning something big. Instead of flooding social media with flashy prototypes or throwing press conferences every other month, Honda did something rare in today's automotive industry. They went silent. No leaks. No hype. No promises they couldn't keep. For 3 years, the outside world saw nothing but a company coasting on its motorcycle sales and a handful of ICE sedans. But behind locked R&D doors, something else was happening. In Tochigi, Japan, home to Honda's proving grounds, engineers were working on a project with a codename so vague even insiders didn't know the final goal. The mission? Not to build just another hybrid. They were chasing something that could leapfrog both EVs and hybrids. Something that would give drivers the torque and instant response of electric power, the range and convenience of gasoline, and the efficiency to crush fuel bills. This was not about catching up to Toyota. This was about redefining the game altogether. And then, after years of testing, failure, and re-engineering, they cracked it. The new system didn't just improve on hybrid architecture, it rewrote it. A next-gen two-motor hybrid setup, paired with a high-density battery that charged in ways no other hybrid could. Lighter. Faster. More efficient. Honda engineers had managed to blend electric drive with a gasoline engine in a way that delivered over 50% thermal efficiency, a number that just a decade ago was thought impossible for road cars. This wasn't just a car launch, it was a chess move. Toyota's hybrids had been the gold standard for decades. Tesla's EVs had owned the performance narrative. BYD had claimed the affordability plus range throne. But Honda was now holding a hybrid system that could undercut Toyota on price, match Tesla's smooth acceleration, and make BYD's affordable range story sound outdated. When Honda finally unveiled it, they didn't aim for the high-end market. They put it inside the Accord and CR-V, two of their most popular models in North America. Why? Because Honda knew they didn't have to convince the fanatics. They had to win over everyday drivers, the people who just wanted power, comfort, and efficiency without spending a fortune. And it worked. Test drives revealed an average real-world MPG in the high 40s for SUVs, low 50s for sedans, without sacrificing acceleration. 0 to 60 in under 7 seconds. Whisper-quiet operation at city speeds. And a price tag that slid neatly under Toyota's comparable hybrid trims. Toyota now faced a competitor with fresher tech, better efficiency in real driving, and pricing aggressive enough to lure loyalists. Tesla faced a public perception problem. Suddenly EVs weren't the only future-proof choice. Bid? Their China-first production model meant Honda could quietly scoop up North America and Europe before BYD's EV push got serious there. And Honda's biggest genius move wasn't the engineering, it was patience. They let the competition fight bloody battles over range, charging speed, subsidies, and software wars. Then, once consumers were exhausted from the noise, they stepped back into the spotlight with a calm, confident message. We've built the car you actually need. By mid-year, reviews were pouring in. The word comeback was on every headline. Car YouTubers were calling it the most balanced car of the year. And industry analysts quietly admitted that Honda's irrelevance narrative had been a smokescreen. Now, whispers are growing louder. Honda is rumored to be adapting this new hybrid tech for compact cars, performance coupes, and even light trucks. If they can maintain efficiency without losing performance in these segments, the hybrid war might flip entirely in their favor. What's the takeaway? Sometimes the biggest moves in business aren't made with flashy announcements or endless hype. They're made in silence. While your rivals fight each other for headlines, you prepare. You refine. You wait. And then, when the timing is perfect, you strike. Honda's hybrid comeback isn't just about cars, it's about strategy. It's about patience as a weapon. And if this is just the beginning, the auto industry might have to relearn a painful truth. Never count Honda out. Honda's silence was never weakness. It was calculation. While the world chased EV hype and overlooked the flaws, Honda built something smarter, a bridge between the present and the future. A machine that doesn't just chase range numbers or flashy tech, but solves the real problems drivers face every day. This is not the end of Honda's story. It's the reset button. The moment a legacy giant proves that innovation doesn't need noise, only vision, patience, and the courage to move when the rest of the world isn't ready. The others thought Honda was finished. Now, they're scrambling to keep up. Because the hybrid war has just begun.